Hey, what's up, everybody? Ryan Knuppel here, Knup Sports Show. Grand episode number 200. I'm super excited for episode 200. I know I've been leading up to this number. It's kind of weird how we look at numbers and we make these milestones or whatever. It's just another show, right? But hey, we celebrated at 100. We're celebrating now at 200. Who knows if we'll get to 300, but we're having a lot of fun with this show. So thank you for tuning in, giving us your support, and being a part of this simple show that really started as nothing more than, hey, I want to talk to people in the industry. I want to hear what they're up to. And it's really turned into something really fun and special. So I've been planning for months on who I was going to bring on for episode 200, trying to think of any of the biggest names in the industry and iGaming and sports business and all of the above. And I kept falling back to one name, and he may not necessarily be in sports business. He may not necessarily be in iGaming, but he really is at the core of what he does. And that's none other than my father, my dad, Tom Knuppel. I'm super excited to bring him on today. He's been a big part of everything that happens at Knup Sports, way behind the scenes stuff that goes on with Knup Sports and Knup Solutions and everything we do. So I have my dad on here to really just celebrate episode 200. Let's bring Tom on and talk from there. What's going on, Dad?
Hey, thanks for having me, Ryan. Looks like you're dumbing down your show today, huh?
I guess so. I mean, it's episode 200. I can't believe we got here. That's a lot of time doing shows, but thank you for spending a few minutes and chatting with me. This will be
I have all kinds of minutes right now.
I mean, living the retired life, right?
Oh,
living
yeah,
the retired life.
It's great.
Got all the time in the world. So we kind of have a format with this show, and so we'll kind of stick by it, but I'm sure we'll bounce all over with this. But I think the audience would love to hear a little bit about your background. I know it's not the traditional background in iGaming and sports business, but maybe give us a little bit about your background and what really led you into the passion that you have for sports.
Okay. Well, I was the youngest of 6 kids, and none of them, except for one who was 15 years older than I was interested in sports. So it's a little bit difficult growing up and not having any playmates, but one of them would come back and we'd play wiffle ball and do some things like that. I was always interested. I'd go outside and hit rocks with my baseball bat, and I'd shoot hoops and those kind of things. And it really fired me up because I actually got pretty good at most of those things. And as a high schooler, I was pretty good. So those days are well gone. But anyway, I loved sports. It was a real big passion. My grandfather was a Cardinal fan, and he was a depot agent. Yeah. He used to take the train from where he was to St. Louis like every Sunday. Just hop the train. And I became a Cardinal fan.
That's awesome. And so, you love to play sports, you love to watch sports, you follow it all. But what's interesting is somehow over the years, as we started getting into this more techie digital era of websites and all this stuff online, you became like an online influencer / creator, because you've had, I would say you've written, I don't know, you may know a number, but tens of thousands of blog posts and articles and things across hundreds of sites over the last maybe 15 years or so.
Yep.
What brought you into that mindset, or that, I guess, what sparked that passion for you to pull sports into online?
Well, I was always interested in, I was a school teacher, and I did a lot of coaching and stuff like that. So my sports interest was there, but then I was an English teacher, and English teachers do writing and read stuff and edit all the time. And so that's where the writing came. And once you got into the business, I got excited about it and decided I'm just going to write what I want to write. I didn't have any real rhyme or reason. I got all my things here. I got my college baseball. I got college football. I got hockey news. I got everything here. I just followed it, wanted to write about it.
That always fascinated me. Every time I come over to your house, it's just your whole desk is covered with magazines and papers and written scratch ups of like notes you took that you're getting ready to write a blog post about something or another. And so that's that level of research that you do kind of goes unseen, but it's something you obviously enjoy.
Yeah, I do. In fact, there's these sports that you guys cover that I got more interested in than I ever did before, such as horse racing. I really became a horse racing fan. I really enjoyed that. I did boxing for a while, and I couldn't sustain that. I wasn't a big boxing fan, But yeah, I got sports I never thought I'd follow or read about, but it's a sport.
That's right. And for those of you listening that can't put it all together. So we own a content agency and we really create tons of sports content for all sorts of brands in the industry. And so once we really dove into that, 6 to 10 years ago, whatever year that was, my dad really took a liking to some of these, especially the sports that we didn't have a ton of writers for. And it really helped, I don't know, just help keep the pulse on some of those, and did a lot of editing behind the scenes. I can't count the number of times I would get a message of, hey, did you know you screwed this up? Or, hey, did you see this article? It was a little off. And so, usually my dad would find something and we'd go fix it and edit it and go from there. But extra pair of eyes is always good.
Yep. That's what I'm good at, I guess. As a school teacher, you had to do those things, and I just never quit. I mean, I retired like 11 years ago. So got to keep sharp and something.
That's right. And one thing you've done over the years, and I want to hear a little bit about this, but you've done, you like to read, obviously
Yep.
being, an ex-teacher and all of the above. And you started taking those books and turning them into book reviews out on knuppsports.com. I'm going to pull that up actually as we talk here. But you've done, I think I counted over 125 of these book reviews that are published. Now they're nothing. I mean, they're not like they're thousands of words long, but it's your honest take and your honest review on a lot of these books. I mean, did you just enjoy that? I mean, do you enjoy reading and writing about it? Tell us a little bit about that process and just what that all came about from.
Yeah, I had a connection with the University of Nebraska Press, and they would send me books in return for a honest and a fair book review. I mean, these books hadn't been published yet; they were coming, so I get them maybe a month ahead of time, and I enjoyed reading them. As I get older, it's even harder though. But I enjoyed reading them and finding the things I liked about them and things I didn't like about them, and put them in words and publish those book reviews. And I enjoyed that for a long time. I did them really fast, and it kind of slowed down on that. I mean, I was doing 3 a week, I think, and I can't do that now.
And now you got a full library of books over
here on my left, the whole library is full of books, and
yeah.
But I enjoy that too. I like to look at those, and
yeah, that's a really cool thing. And as you can see, I'm scrolling here, going through some of these are blasts from the past that I remember you reading and going through. So for those of you listeners that are interested in books and sports in particular, come out here, check out some of these, or do a quick search and see if you've actually read any of these, or maybe there'll be something that Tom will encourage you to read or not encourage if there was any bad reviews, because it was honest reviews.
Yes, and if there's any writers out there, if they want their book reviewed, they can send them to me, and I'll read it and write a review for them.
There you go. Awesome. So yeah, knuppsports.com, lots of book reviews. Oh man, like just tons of content. That's been awesome. So I mean, looking forward, I mean, I know you've kind of slowed down with the writing a little bit. I know personally that you have a little bit. Man, I don't see it ever going away from your mentality. But what's it look like? Do you want to continue creating content and being a part of websites, or what?
Well, I do, but I get this feeling every once in a while that, I probably should be done. And I sit here a while and I don't write for a week, and I think, what am I doing with my time? I'm just messing it around. And so I started back into writing. I'm doing some college football now because the next season. Yeah. I mean, it's big, so we got to get started on that. But yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. It's going to be slower than my other pace, but
yeah, that's amazing. So let's shift gears a little bit, because you did, you mentioned the Cardinals in the beginning, and I wanted to make sure I really touched on the Cardinals, because I would consider that, just from the outside looking in, your biggest team passion for sure. And so, over the years, you've done, cardinalsgm.com, which had a number of blogs. It's still out there. I know you're not doing a ton on it now, but you also did historyofcardinals.com, which was like years and years and years of work that you put together, all the history around the Cardinals, a little bit on St. Louis sports. Tell us a little bit about that and how you brought your love for the Cardinals online as well.
Well, Cardinal GM was my first passion, and it turned into some good stuff. We got some notice from the Cardinals, and they would invite us down to their one of the games, and they'd talk to us, and they wanted us to write about their stuff, and that was good. And then I did the history of Cardinals. As you said, that took a lot of time, and it's there for every day of the year.
Hmm.
I mean, you want to know what goes on today in history? The Cardinals, it's there. thehistoryofcardinals.com. And I just write about anything related to the Redbirds. And it was really hard here early in the year when they were so bad. But I wrote one, "Are they really that bad?" And maybe I shouldn't have wrote that one, but they were. They were really, they really were that bad for a while. Getting better.
Yeah, for sure. And so as you can see here on the history of Cardinals, I mean, every day and we didn't spend any time on design. We're not designers. We're like content people. And so the design's out here and we have everything here. But let's go to May 17th and just see what the heck happened this day in Cardinals history, May 17th. This is really cool. Like, you put this together probably years ago, but it still stands the test of time, right? With all of these little tidbits that happen. Musial hits his 475th on May 17th. So really cool stuff. Some Cardinal birthdays on this day, debuts, and then obviously deaths as well. But really cool that you can go to any day in Cardinal history and see what's going on.
Yeah, it was a love of labor. It really was. I enjoyed doing it. I'm glad I did it. I probably need to re-up and do some things, but
now you're glad you're done, right? You're
done
with it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yep. Well, cool. Well, okay. So, I always typically I'll ask for business advice for, other CEOs or other people in this space. But I want to shift it a little bit and ask just for life advice, because you've been in life for a long time. You've been around, you've seen everything in sports. You've seen everything in business. You've seen everything on a family side. Maybe talk to, the entrepreneur or the CEO that's watching this, that has a family, that's trying to balance sports and doing all of the above. I don't know. Give them some of your best life advice on how they can manage all of that, or maybe what to do or what not to do. I don't know. Maybe something pops into your head that you have there.
Well, follow your passion. If it's really what you love, stick to it. It's not going to happen quickly. You're going to have mistakes, and you're going to have some success, but just keep going. Don't quit too early. Otherwise, you're going to be going through 4 or 5 things in a year. Just go slowly and remember your family. Family is an important issue. I enjoyed them. I got 3 boys that enjoyed keeping them busy all the time. I can remember when Ryan was little, we'd go to the gym all the time. And just stay with your family too, but follow your passion in sports and your entrepreneur job. Just keep doing it.
Great advice from a great man. So, Dad, I really appreciate you being on here today. Any last words, anything you wanted to say? I know this was short and sweet, but listen, I mean, this is what I wanted. I wanted to celebrate episode 200 with you. Man, any stories, anything else we want to talk about before we get off here?
No, I probably watched 175 of these episodes, and half the time I send you a message and say, "What the heck were they talking about?" But people should be able to understand this one, I think. So
yeah, that's right. Especially if we start talking NFTs and tech and all this stuff. You're like, I have no idea what that interview was about. But
exactly. I mean, I do. I have learned a lot by watching them, but I do wonder a lot of times, what in the world? Things change so fast.
Yep, that's funny how the world changes fast, and what's important and what the lingo people talk in, especially in the business world.
Yep, people need to slow down too a little bit.
Yeah, very good advice there as well. All right, well, I won't keep you any longer.
All right.
You got a lot to do there in Illinois, right?
Oh yeah, at least it's nice when you get outside, but it is.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you spending some time here, and who knows? We'll see if we can have you on episode 400 when we get to that.
Oh my! Well, thanks for having me. I was a little bit of a surprise, but
all right. Well, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, that was Tom Knuppel, my dad, my father. We'll call him the grandfather of Knup Sports. I don't know what you want to call him, but he's as you heard. Hopefully, you enjoyed that. Been a lifelong sports fan. Played sports, was a part of sports, taught me sports. Man, so just awesome to have him on and kind of share some of that, I guess, that we've done together over the years, because his name never comes up in any of it. And so for you guys to all see a little bit behind the scenes of what he's done and contributed to all of this is amazing. So because this show and our business wouldn't be here without him. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed that. That was episode 200 celebration. We're not going to stop at that, though. We have 201 coming out right after this, already recorded and ready to go. and we'll continue to go forward. So if you know anyone that wants to be on this show, we typically feature, CEOs and startups and all these people that are in the sports business and iGaming world. So please let me know. Ryan Knuppel, you'll find me out on any social, and we can go from there. All right, stay safe. Talk to you soon. Have a great one, and enjoy those sports. All right, bye-bye.